Alright, good morning everybody. I will make this video in French later as well, I think. Probably not in German. Purpose of that video. I had acid reflux or acid burns for many years now. And it recently stopped. Let me start with this. Most of you know this if you have acid burns, called Nexium or Inexium. The product in there is omeprazole. And that's what the doctor gave me many years back, 15 years back, when I had a crisis of acid burns and acid reflux. And I just accepted that as being the solution. And recently I met with a doctor, and she said, well, that's not so good. You don't digest your nutrients anymore. You don't benefit from the food as you should anymore. And really, this is bad for you and you should stop. So I tried, and oh my God, I tried, and that was a very painful process. It burned here, burnt in the throat. I couldn't sleep. Every time I moved, I had, more acid reflux. It just didn't work so well. And then I found a cure. And bear in mind, this is not one of those, do you want to know what the cure is? Click here and it opens a new window and you listen to the same bullshit for the next 3 minutes. I'm just going to tell you what worked for me. So what worked for me is I lost a bit of weight. I used to be quite fit and sporty. I'm now just old and fat. Yet I've lost 8 kilos, and that really helped, especially at night moving. I have a lot less acid reflux. Now, question is, how did I lose 8 kilos? Well, peeps, there's no miracles. I just moved a lot more. I reduced what I ate. I reduced the amount of food I ate, and I reduced the amount of alcohol I drank. But also with a trick. I used that particular shake here called Selamino. It's from a German company that my wife works with called Selagon. It's not very nice. It doesn't taste very good. It's pretty hard to digest. I've got to say, it's a very German product, so it's not made with customers in mind. It's probably made with their cooking recipe in mind, but certainly not customers. Yeah, but I take that now in the morning as breakfast. It's absolutely full with protein and amino acids and a lot of good stuff. And the main point here is that it's completely good and usable for people who are vegans or vegetarians. It doesn't have any additives. It's good for people allergic to milk. It's good for people allergic to a number of things. So it's just a good product. But like I said, this is not your average powder that you get in a shop and that tastes like something really nice. That doesn't taste nice, but it's good for you. So I started with that, cut down on my calories, and it really helped. Then I used a tip from my doctor, which is really stupid and simple, but it's Apfelessig in German. In English, it would be apple cider or apple cider. She insisted that I use bio because apparently it has more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. I guess that's logical for most of us. And the way you do that is you take a teaspoon of that cider, or that is not cider, it's vinegar, sorry. Essig is vinegar. So you put a teaspoon of that vinegar in a cup of water, you dilute it and you drink it. That's something inside. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I won't pretend to know exactly what it does, but it kind of creates a reaction inside that lowers the acid that you have in your gut. So especially at the start, I used to drink 2 or 3 of those, water and vinegar mixes and drink the day, and it really helped. Second tip from my doctor: find a way to develop the good things that anybody should have in their gut, and that's done with probiotics. So I invested in me a little bit in another juice from the same company here, Selagon, and that's called Aurum. And again, this is not a fruit juice. It's not very nice. It doesn't taste nice. It's not it's not a fruit juice that you will enjoy like a sweet fruit juice. This is more of a heavy textured vegetable taste. But again, 80 fruits and veg in there. No additives like some of the competitors have. There's no chemical additives either, like the market leaders have. They've invested a lot in putting the right amount of herbs and and oils from herbs in there, which is quite rare in the market. So it's one of the best products, but it doesn't taste too good. Good news is you take 25 milliliters, mix it with water, drink it, and off you go, you're good for the day. If you are traveling like I am quite a lot for work, they also comes in small sachets, so you can have like a bag in your suitcase, and do it in the airplane, do it in the train, doing it at the train station. You know, it's not an obstacle. Now, what that does, it prepares. Think of it as a cure. You do it for 3 months or thereabouts, and it will clean your gut, it will clean your intestines, it will create the right amount of bacteriological activity for you to digest things properly. After 3 months, you can go down in dosage and go from 25 milliliters to about 10 milliliters per day. Now, and this is the interesting part, that cost me about €2 per day at the start. Now I'm going down to 10 milliliters. It's going to cost me half that, maybe €1 per day. So that's €30 a month at the moment. And it was €60 a month before, €50 a month. And I had a lot of people telling me, well, I mean, it's good. You know, I'm sure it's a good product, but wow, €40 per month. Well, guess what? You know, I'm an old fat bastard. I enjoy wine. That's costing me €10 when I buy one. And I buy them often, €10. And because I think I can, I don't believe in ex-smokers. I believe in smokers who don't smoke at the moment and smokers who do smoke at the moment. Well, I'm a smoker who does smoke at the moment. So at the moment I smoke a little bit, maybe €6 a day, €6 per day. That's €180 per month. And I know a lot of people just like me. And the same people tell me, whoa, €30, wow, you're crazy, man. No, I'm not crazy. I've decided to invest €2 in me, and it just works. So that's created the right foundation for a better gut and better stomach. Now, the final tip, and this one is also pretty much free. It's not free, but it's very simple. It's almonds. Another friend of mine, Luke, if you're listening, told me, yeah, almonds are great, but they make you put weight on. Well, that didn't happen to me. In fact, I lost a little bit of weight, I think, because of the almonds. They're full of vitamins, they're full of proteins, they're full of fiber, so it's really, really good. And also, they help you naturally lower your acidity inside your stomach. So, what did I do to let go of close to 20 years of using 40 milligrams of omeprazole per day? I recap. A bit less of that. I lost some weight, 8 kilos. I'm still 112 kilos for anybody who wants to know. More of that. So that's good quality protein, vegetable protein, not from meat, from vegetables and biological sources. Very good product, very good to make you feel satisfied and want to eat less. At the start, especially vinegar from apple cider vinegar or apple wine vinegar, whatever you want to call it. You will find it, you will recognize that in the supermarket. Make sure it's bio, it's written here, bio, yeah? That's fantastic when you have really a big surge of acid, and it works really, really quickly. 1 teaspoon, not more, in a small glass of water. And finally, my almonds. Now, the almonds is again something that now I travel with. I have a small bag of almond in my bag. In my bag, I have a small bag of almond in the pocket of my jacket. I always have a few almonds for when I have that sensation that actually I'm more off than on. And without mentioning, and I will not stop with this. I think I'm going to be hooked on this forever. Of that juice, Selagonarum, not a cheap imitation. This is not a gimmick. Like I said earlier, it doesn't taste so good. It's more like medication. That works. It's fantastic for creating that baseline for your stomach activity and all the things that you should have in there to digest food properly. Now, the last thing I will say, because I guess if you're traveling like me a lot for work and you have limited time and you're rushing here and there, you drink a lot of that, coffee. Now, coffee, I found, was the worst thing I could have for my acid reflux and my stomach. So I've also decreased the amount of coffee I drink, and I replaced it with green tea. and that also helps and makes a big difference. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you're going to click on the next video and enjoy those 3-minute sessions of, do you know what, the fantastic product for this and that. Enjoy that, but you can also do it the very natural way, very inexpensive, and get rid of your acid reflux like that, or minimize it and hopefully stop that medication. This is evil. The doctor, my new doctor, spent the time to explain to me in detail how it works and what it does, and this is evil. You should stop. All right, bye.